Lost Soul aside, the game is a fast-paced, hack-and-slash game with a heavy focus on combat, featuring a young swordsman named Khazar as the main protagonist. The game has been in development since 2016 by a single developer, but more people have joined the project since. The game was originally inspired by Final Fantasy XV but has since evolved into its own unique IP. Lost Soul Aside is expected to be released in early 2024 for the PlayStation 5 console and PC. The game has generated a lot of interest and hype among the gaming community due to its beautiful visuals and fast-paced gameplay. Death Stranding 2. The game is the sequel to the 2019 game Death Stranding. Death Stranding 2 follows a similar storyline as its predecessor, in which players take control of a delivery man named Sam Porter Bridges as he travels through a post-apocalyptic world, battling supernatural enemies and making deliveries in order to reconnect humanity. The release date for Death Stranding 2 has not yet been announced, but it is expected to come out sometime in 2024.
For such loss. You know, I meant it when I said I understand how you feel. But if you hold on to this...
Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores is an expansion to Horizon Forbidden West. The expansion pack takes place in the untamed wilds of Los Angeles, which has been transformed into a treacherous volcanic wasteland. Players will once again take control of protagonist Aloy, as she investigates a sinister threat in the area and takes on new challenges and enemies. The expansion pack is set to introduce new story elements, gameplay mechanics, and equipment, as well as new characters and creatures to fight. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores is set to release on PlayStation 5 on April 19, 2023, and is expected to be a major addition to the game's already popular universe. Marvel's Rise of the Ronin. The game is set in Japan during the Bakumatsu period, the twilight of the Edo era where Japan transitioned from medieval to modern times. The player takes on the role of a lone samurai, or Ronin, and fights against overwhelming odds to protect their clan and the people of Japan. Rise of the Ronin is an open-world game with a focus on combat, with the player able to freely explore the game's world and engage in sword fights with other samurai and mythical monsters. The game is expected to be a major release on the PlayStation 5, with a release date set for 2024 or later. The Silent Hill 2 Remake is an upcoming video game developed by Bloober Team developer and published by Konami. Silent Hill 2, originally released in 2001, the remake is expected to feature updated graphics, sound design, gameplay mechanics, and a reimagining of the original story. The game will likely follow the story of James Sunderland, who receives a letter from his deceased wife, leading him to the foggy and ominous town of Silent Hill.
But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore. Harry?
Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. It will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive and is set to release in fall 2023. The game is a direct sequel to 2018's Marvel's Spider-Man and features Peter Parker and Miles Morales teaming up against several villains, including Venom. The game has been described as darker and more massive than the original, and voice actor Yuri Lowenthal has said that the game is astonishing in scope. The game is being developed in collaboration with Marvel Games, and Insomniac Games has confirmed that it is still slated for a 2023 release, despite the studio also working on Wolverine.
Give me what I desire.
Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic Remake. The game is a remake of the 2003 game, which is set in the Star Wars universe approximately 4,000 years before the events of the original Star Wars film. The remake has been described as a ground-up reconstruction of the original game using modern technologies, with new gameplay features and enhancements to the story and characters. The remake is being developed exclusively for the PlayStation 5 console, but there are plans for a PC release as well. The release date for Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic Remake has not been announced yet, but it is expected to come out in 2023 or later. Final Fantasy XVI is an action role-playing game being developed and published by Square Enix for PC and PlayStation 5. The game is set in the fictional world of Valisthea, which is dominated by the presence of magical crystals called Mother Crystals. Players will take on the role of Clive Rossfield, a young knight from the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, as he sets out on a quest to protect his nation and uncover the mysteries behind the Mother Crystals. The game is expected to feature a diverse cast of characters, real-time combat similar to Final Fantasy XV with the ability to swap between characters during battle, and a focus on character-driven storytelling. The game has generated a lot of excitement among fans of the series, and is expected to be a major release in the RPG genre in the coming years.
No matter how bitter the truth that awaits me, I will press on. Good boy.
What do we do?
The usual. 13 years I've waited for this chance. I won't be dying today. Come to me, Ifrit!
Stellar Blade, formerly known as Project Eve. The game follows protagonist Eve as she and her comrades attempt to reclaim the extinct Earth from an overwhelming alien threat. The game promises a mature storyline and intense action, with a focus on fast-paced combat and character customization. Stellar Blade features stunning visuals and an expansive game world, with a mix of both linear and open-ended gameplay elements. The release date for Stellar Blade has not yet been announced, but the game is expected to be a major release in 2023.
그 손길이 닿은 적은 없어. 모두 버려진 것.
그건 신상 모독이에요. 릴리, 부탁해. 난 이러기 위해 태어난 거야. 이렇게 된 이상 나도 몰라요.
고용리의 천사여, 이번에는 우리를 구원할 수 있겠는가?